Everybody. Um, this is from me experimenting with Rhizo prints yesterday and comics textures. And that was done kind of Rhizo style. Screen printed. But the real thrust today is on page 5 of Rabbit Fighter, and it's going pretty well, as you can see. I think this is okay. Although you are also seeing the pencils. Let me take the pencils back out. So I think that's my first two. That's half the page. And I think it's looking pretty atmospheric, at least to the level that I can get it right now, level of my skill. Here's hoping that my skill, gets better at some point. So let's get into it. We got the same thing going on for panels 3 and 4. And I'll try to keep this one to 20 minutes. I got a really rough drawing of this boat. And I want to do a real smooth line to the whole top line of the ship here. So let's try and get it all at once. Too thick. Here we go. Trying to get your lines all at once is good. If you can manage it. Okay. Now the eye. This is the eye that's more like the one in Jason and the Argonauts, where it has that sort of bean shape, but I think I should draw it like this one. So it looks like a regular eye, but it kind of goes downwards. It has these little wings on the ends. Oops. Maybe I made it too big. And we want to be careful with the line weights because we're not trying to give it depth. We're trying to give it the look as if it's been painted on or something. Well, actually I did give it depth on this one. The pupils at the top. So if we do it that way, our point of view, looking at the ship, is we're slightly behind it and slightly underneath it, so we can see a little bit of the keel. That's this part here. And keel is in shadow, so we can make that completely black. We're going to be blacking out the area around it because they're traveling at night, but our blackout is going to be this sort of textured black from the nearly blacked out halftones. And then this is their flexible mast. It's got a little bit of a bend in it. I'm going to do some erasing on this boom. This is the boom. Okay. Now, what is missing? A couple of things. First of all, I'm looking at my eye and I think it's too high. It's way too high. So let's erase it for now. And how did I know it was too high? Well, I started to look at this one up here, and there is like a little... Oops. This is why you have to do it all at once. That was almost good. Probably could have lived with that one. I'm gonna put arc. That looks good that way. You see, it's got this like this. Oh, that's got a problem. If I remove this right here, it's got kind of like this little edge, and then there's a line where there's some pattern, like it's like a Greek key pattern. And that, you know, that almost did it. Hang on. This is the area where the pattern is. This might be too much trouble to mess with. That looks okay. Okay. Text-wise, Gallows asks, the sun's gone down, is this dangerous? And she's going to say, well, it's safer than traveling by day. We're going to be crossing lizard territory soon, and they're much slower at night. And Rabbit Fighter asks, how big are these lizards? You can probably guess what's coming next, as there's got to be a really cool battle against some giant lizards in the desert. They're going to come erupting up out of the sand. What layer am I on? I'm on the wrong layer. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. Alright, let's... I can probably live with that a little bit. Alright, let's take a look at it without the pencils. And this is what we got so far. Alright. That's a pretty good start, especially when we get the our nice dark contrasting colors in, or contrasting shades. Here is a problem, though. I gotta erase a little bit here. Rabbit Fighter is in the back here at the tiller. And his ears are blowing this direction because that's the way the ship is going. Normally you would think if you're going this way, the momentum would be going back that way, like your hair streaming in the breeze if you were riding in a car really fast. But on a sailing ship, as I've mentioned before, it's the opposite. There's not much room here. So anything we do... Well, I made his ears ridiculously long, so maybe we can cut off some of these ears. Okay. . When we look at the actual size, it's going to be way down at that size. Really small. So we can go with kind of minimal detail in the figures. Procreate gives us the ability to zoom in to a huge amount. That doesn't mean that the viewer is going to be able to see it based on your print size, you know. Alright, here's Iseult right here, except I've drawn some lines right in her way. Okay, let's try it. And with her, the same problem, except it's her hair. And also she has a little half cape looking thing. So all of that will be also going the same direction. Alright, let's take a look at that. We're in the right realm. Also, I have her like she's holding one of the lines, one of the halyards. So it looks like they're really kind of like helping guide the ship, keeping the ship on course. In sailing, you really don't need that much. Like one guy can do it. But it's just nice to have the other hands. There's also something we didn't put on here. There's often one of these things. So you can tie a rope off. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, boom. And then closer to the front, although not all the way at the front, we have gallows. And, you know, just based on the rough, you can kind of kind of just sort of sketch in the face. Sketch in the details of the figure. And there's a good chance I'm going to have to erase some of these lines around him, which are the bottom of the sail. Just to keep him more distinct from the other lines around him. See how his head is sort of ending up kind of melted into that area. Same problem here. I had the idea that his something like that, right? Hey, man. A little shadow back here. And there's a rope. And this rope is going to go down to this turnbuckle. And then up towards this way, some direction. And no, I don't really have a plan for where that rope goes, but it just seems like it's doing something. It's doing something. It's in action. Alright, now let's remove the pencils and just see what we got. Okay. So now we've got our basic scene. We have our three characters. And then it's a matter of just sort of, we've got to texture the sail, right? The sail has to be made to look like cloth. And it has these sort of ribs in it, if you look at it. And the ribs are great to have because they create their own contour lines. So we can tell that the shape of the sail is moving. And then we've also got the texture of the sides of the ship. Also, we're going to make sure this rope is looking good. Oh, got a problem? Solve it. There we go. So, going forward, my policy is going to be to try to do 20-minute videos. And that means that I'll be, I can't slow down to do these videos. So what I'm going to also try and do is doing a lot more drawing in between the videos, so you'll see more done. So we're almost done with this one. I'm at 1947. Please like, follow, and subscribe. By the time you see the next video, I'm hoping that this one's already done and maybe we're moving on to the next panel. In fact, maybe we'll even be done with this whole page. But that will keep me on schedule and make the videos a little bit more bite-sized. You know? Can't just sit down and record everything every time I draw. Despite the fact that I do this every day, I even do it when I'm not recording. I've got to put some kind of light source on the ship. Maybe a lantern or something that they've got up here. And then we can put the darkness, shade this darkness in around them, and do the speech bubbles. Alright. That's it for right now. Almost done. Talk to you later.